All right, ladies and germs, we are back for game two, UTD versus LDD. And I don't think it gets much more exciting than that game one. I don't know, Dill, what do you think?
I pants, I'm not gonna lie.
I creamed on. No, it was crazy. Wait, were you talking about something else?
I mean, there are many things I could have been talking.
Let's just say I'm right there with you. So we know Maye with the two big steals, pulling out the win for his team, UTD. Uno, Trucco, whatever you call them.
Demonicos.
Demonicos.
Come on. At least try to say it in Spanish.
You know what? I live like 20 minutes from the Mexican border, and I can't say a lick of Spanish. It's bad. Really pulling out the win there for them. So we're gonna get into the pick ban here for game number 2 any second. Oh, here we go.
Well, let's go back. Forget the pick ban. Pick ban's not important. Sure. MVP results are in.
Nvidia ban, by the way.
Of course, we're going to ignore the young crew as they all voted Hiramar. And Maye is your MVP. Regardless of...
We're gonna override. Yeah,
Maye got it regardless of the votes, but there were a couple votes for Hiramar, and we all know who that was.
Come on,
guys. Come on, guys. Hiding. And then
we know who you are. Yeah, we know who you are.
So, Maye, Game 1 MVP. Immediately the Nvidia ban. Honestly, kind of a waste.
Hiramar fan club, we're calling you out. This is on stream.
And there it is. There's the
right.
LeBlanc ban
from UTD.
There it is. We knew it was coming.
So, same bans across the board, except adding in the LeBlanc ban for UTD. I guarantee that Hiramar was incredibly tilted at that. And immediate Jarvan lock-in for LDD.
But you know the Graves is coming back out for Maye. It's his go-to guy. He loves the Graves. If you leave it out there for him, he's going to take it.
Zillion now picked up, though, here for UTD.
Ooh.
Is that a Zillion mid for Hiramar? Or is that a Zillion support for Wallace Sound?
I don't see Zillion in Hiramar's champion pool. I don't see it as a pick unless he's been practicing it lately. I would say that's a Zillion going in the bot lane.
But I don't see it as a Zillion champ pool. A Zillion as part of the champ pool for Wallace Sound 10. I'm gonna call it a flex pick. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see what happens from that.
Well, either way, we're getting the Rumble out of Rafal, and that is the Rumble. He likes the playmaking ability out of it.
Signature champion over here for Rafal. I'd put that as his main signature champion. I mean, I definitely would argue Swain, but Swain was just flavor of the month. Fuck that champion.
I agree. Rumble is his go-to. And rounding out the first round of picks with the Leona for Biscuit Hat.
Signature champion Leona. Going back to big comfort picks here for the side of Labby Dabby Doo. Other than that, Jarvan coming out of nowhere when they have the Lee Sin available, which is Labyrinth 1898. Oh shit, I don't have the app. 1898.
Can you please ease back on the air horn? Not on the 1898, just on the air horn, please.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Mundo coming out for probably Uncle Jemima.
What?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and say.
What? Okay, while Mundo is surprisingly annoying to deal with, probably not the optimal pick into a Rumble unless they know something I don't, but Dr. Mundo it is. I don't see any corrections here.
And here we see a bunch of ADC bands coming back out again. The Zed coming out for the memes, I guess. No, or are they thinking this is Lugo would pull out the Zed?
I mean, I guess if you look at the your Dr. Mundo winning lane against Rumble 48% of the time, so not favorable in lane, but having a 58% game win rate against Rumble. So coming out of their outside of laning phase and dominating Rumble.
The overpowering ability, if you can get to mid to late game with the Mundo, get the right itemization on him, I can see the attractiveness of it.
Yeah, I don't like it in general because I'm a big win lane win game person. You know how it is.
I know.
You know how it is from last season. I have to.
I know, baby.
My 50 CS lead at 10 minutes and just stomp kids.
We all know General Dill with the top CS per minute in PMA LCS history. We know.
And Kaisa, wait, what?
Kaisa Caitlyn coming out. Caitlyn coming out for LDD. Kaisa on the UTD.
Oh, okay. It looks like the team was having some issues with microphone. I think that is still a Caitlyn. It is a Caitlyn pick. Okay. A little bit of condition, but that is a Leona Caitlyn, a very devastating combo, especially for a Kaisa to deal with. Kaisa already bullied enough by Caitlyn as it is. Throw on top of it the Leona to lock him into place and guarantee the Yordle Snap Trap placements. And I don't know why it's specifically a Yordle Snap Trap, because I guess Yordles like cupcakes, and they picked the Teemo!
No!
What is happening? Where is this going?
Okay, I'm chiming
here?
in. That's gonna be a zillion support for Wallace Allen and a Teemo mid for Miramar. Oh my god.
I forgot they have
Miramar.
Oh my gosh, I forgot Miramar exists, and Teemo is like the only champion he can play that's not a Nivea and Xerath. Because he has a champion pool 3 deep. Ugh.
Actually, no, he can play Victor.
He plays Victor. Can we...
No, I get. You know what?
Can we not forget the many Victor games he played on long?
That's because I wouldn't let him pick Teemo.
The friendly neighborhood spreadsheet whore is dipping back out.
Thank you for the stats. We appreciate it.
He only has Victor games because Anivia and Xerath are banned, and I was not going back to Teemo.
Yes, we all remember the Anivia Xerath Shen ban days.
Good days when our bot lane and jungle can just pick whatever the hell they want.
The best days for a jungler to pick whatever he wants. Yes, it was lovely. All right, so we've got the team comp set up here. Some spice picks coming out at the end of the draft there. Holy cow.
Dude, Jigarashi, Teemo's not a real champion, so it's a 4v5 right now.
You know, I'm looking at UTD's comp. The Mundo frontline when you have it, and the Zillion ult, I'm a little worried for them. They're going to have to put out a lot of damage to keep sustained. That's what I'm saying. They have too much. They have too much engaged. They have too much sustain.
Leona, Rumble, Jarvan the 4th, engage is just nuts, and the Malzahar is going to counter anything that Graves tries to go in into a short range. Malzahar just press. I really like this draft from LDD. We'll see, I guess.
But yeah, like you said, there's so much there. The Leona ult, the Rumble ult is you're chaining everything. Everything's just going to get chained right in, and I don't see it going well for UTD, but he thought the same thing, 20 minutes in last game when they were at a big gold deficit, and they proved us wrong there, so.
Yeah, and I mean, when we look at it, Caitlyn's range on top of all of that, lockdown is just going to be big for LDD. Coming out with a major draft, and as we expect, for fall with the Rumble, Lugo with the Malzahar, that is the...
These are comfort picks.
Out of his top 3 champions being LeBlanc, Echo, and Malzahar, and, me duo queuing with him quite a bit in the past, having a good read on what the Malzahar was pretty much.
So LDD looking at some comfort picks. They're feeling like they won the draft here.
What do they have to win the game?
LDD's win comp here.
Build 5 QSSs.
Besides that,
Build 6
Ew.
QSSs. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's gonna all of UTD, so either they all need to get ahead or they all need to build QSSs because there's pretty much no other option in this case. I mean, the Jarvan can lock the Mundo in and stop him from going anywhere with the Cataclysm, but you do have Zillion Bomb counter engage with a good big stun can turn a whole fight. I mean,
if only they still had banner and they could all build banner. That would be,
according to OPTSM fan, the best way is to put Rumble behind. But I mean, even if you put Rumble behind in a Cataclysm, getting absolutely, I mean, as Gurk7 would say, Flame Horizon by Rumble's ultimate. It's not Flame Horizon, Gurk7. Go home. But yeah, getting hit by the Equalizer. They're locked in. It doesn't matter how far behind Rumble is. They're still taking a good chunk of damage here. So, the easier to... I guess we'll say... The easier to accomplish with what their comp's goal is going to go to UTD. But the more potential power probably ending up on... Wait, did I say that backwards?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Labby Dabby Do with the easier to accomplish composition here with the Rumble, Jarvan, Leona. Massive engage.
Correct.
The higher potential power here coming from UTD with that big tanky Mundo along with the sheer damage output on single targets of Graves and Kaisa and a Zillion Bomb. And then, yes, you have Hirmar. He exists. Hirmar is a player.
How many minutes are we looking at for the Graves, for the Kaisa, for the Teemo to really come online into a comp like LDD's to matter?
I don't know. Why don't we ask our friendly neighborhood Menbung? Because I'm sure he has an answer.
We're talking a long game here.
Yeah, I just wish that UTD would have had someone who was designated as a coach to help them draft. That would be really, really good. If only they had that.
Do you know of anyone that might be looking to fill such a role?
I don't.
It's so hard to find.
If they had the legendary Brick Timberland, maybe that would be the guy I think that would have done it.
Well, that's been the Menbug Minute. Thank you for that analysis.
Wait, you think Menbug lasts an entire minute? Holy moly, are you overestimating this guy?
We're going to fly it back to our normal casters, both myself and Rip Lolly Hentai, also known as General Dill.
I like how my name in Discord is...
I like the idea of a Menbung Minute. He can come in, he can say whatever he wants for exactly 60 seconds or however long it takes him, because let's be honest, you're right, it usually takes him less. And then he has to go.
Alright, Menbug Minute Omega lol. Alrighty, so we still have a minute and a half to just kind of mess around and say whatever the hell we want. But
so I want to give a shameless plug. I am drinking from straight out of Tucson, Arizona, a great brewery, the Tucson Blonde, brewed by Sentinel Peak. Great brewery. If you're in Tucson, you got to stop by Sentinel Peak. Great beer.
Wait, Tucson what? Where?
Tucson Blonde, Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson? That's alright. I had to make sure whether it was a place in Arizona or a place in Michigan, because if it's Michigan, I'd drive up.
Oh, yeah, no. If you're going to Michigan, you got to go like Rochester Mills, or I'm trying to think of a place that'd be close to you. You don't want to go all the way up to Flanders. That's too far north.
I mean, I've been all the way up there. I went to a wedding way up in the north.
Bells is good on the west side of the state in Michigan. Everyone likes Bells.
We went to that chicken place, Senders. Yeah, I've been to Senders.
Oh yeah, that place is good.
It was disappointing, not gonna lie.
That's okay. It's not for
For
everyone.
how hyped up that chicken was, that was not as good as it could have.
Get your chicken. Down the other direction.
Unfortunately, it didn't go to that big old Christmas shop, but what can you do?
Bronner's in Frankenmuth.
Yeah, Bronner's.
Bronner's, man.
Zenders.
Yeah, that place is crazy. The country's largest Christmas shop, and it's open year round, which is not sensible. I guess, people go for the novelty of it, I guess. I don't know.
Alrighty, so here we go. We are in game. The good old 7,000 mastery point window, Uncle Jemima. The 7,000 mastery point zillion. Why does Hierobar have 250,000 Teemo mastery points?
The world may never know.
Wait a minute. I'm not toxic, but drink bleach. I'm not toxic.
Whoa!
I'm just kidding. I love you, Hierobar. Go to hell.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, so let's see what we can do at the when. Alright.
I'm at 12. That's okay. Just
Yep.
play and then I'll press play. All right.
Cool. So we are in game and we see invade pings here from the blue side of LDD.
Both teams
along with pixel push
looking-
pings.
looking
Uncle
for a
Jemima's late.
head-on invade here.
Rafal's not there and Uncle Jemima is late, so this is going to start out as a 4v4 as this is Lugo going to take the pixel push. He's going to face check and he's going to get jumped on immediately. Flashes away, taking a third of his health. Well, that invade lasted long, and then we see the mastery pings. Perfectly executed. Wonderfully executed invade. I honestly like that Kaisa spam. It's hilarious.
It's got a weird, she's... It's physically a little unnerving.
So 3-point start here for UTD as they're just going to set up on their blue buff, knowing that the invade was thwarted. Labby-dabby-doo, I don't really know what they're doing, but they are going to end up leashing the red buff. And boss side starts
they're
again
just
for the
kind of-
junglers.
They're kind of spacing out a little bit.
Teemo laugh spam in mid lane while invisible. And he wins the poke battle because the poison went through the shield.
That's how it works.
Oh, he lost the poke battle.
Strong leash.
Good night, sweet Prince.
Strong leash out of UTD on the blue side. Should give Maya a real strong start on an already strong
Labby-dabby-doo. On the other hand, Labyrinth 1898 taking half his health from that red buff, gonna be forced to potion up and just head straight to the top side of the map.
Yep.
So Maya gonna take over the bot side, and Labyrinth 1898 gonna take over the top side. As far as skulls go, I guess we'll find out if we see a contest from Maya to go straight up, because Labyrinth 1898 a little late on that scuttle.
You might see Maya go straight up. Nope, he's going to go towards Wolves. The wards on the pixel on the top side might have suggested an opportunity to go for a double scuttle, but Maya is going to take the safer route, take his Wolves, and then go top side.
And we see, so pretty slow start here. The bot lane though, JJ Bell taking a little too much damage on the Kaisa compared to Wheels on the Bus while having that range advantage. And just another bomb from Wallace Sound just pressuring this Caitlyn away from the lane as the Comet blasting in there. And
That Comet just insult to injury after that bomb goes off.
And just another bomb. How do you deal with this? The laning phase not quite going as we expect down in this bot lane as the advantage headed towards UTD versus Labby-dabby-doo, but now that we have seen level 2 achieved, possible aggression can be achieved. Labyrinth 1898.
Labby coming in.
Here, onto this red buff. Maya gonna get it as he smites it away and just hops over. Labyrinth 1898 not finding him there yet. Not getting quite the vision needed.
Gets him on the blast on the vision plan, the Scryer's orb, but Maya just too well positioned with his buffs. He knows that Labby's going to be coming in looking for something. He pulls it to a position where Labby can't get to it, clears it out, goes to Crux.
But I mean, Maya here playing to his win condition, being on the Graves, knowing without a hard CC lane, he really doesn't have too many gank opportunities, just hard farming. But now that he's cleared, Rafal getting jumped on, Uncle Jemima going in, landing this slow. Here comes the smoke screen coming out, Rafal trying to get away. Maya going in hard, gonna get a lot of damage under Maya. He does pop that passive nullifying orb against the Uncle Jemima magic damage and pops away under tower, low health. Uncle Jemima with a huge lane push advantage now. This is Labyrinth 1898 looking to walk into Maya's jungle, but there are no camps there. Maya full cleared, and Maya is gonna take away a free Gromp, get a massive advantage as I guess his Gromp does just respawn. Labyrinth 1898 gonna take that on respawn. So trading a level 1 versus a level 3 Gromp here. Maya looking for more. And just jungle advantage going to Maya right now as he does get the Raptor camp respawn, or the Wolf camp respawn. My word.
Props to Rafal there, staying cool and calm. He saves his summoner spell.
Now Wheels on Bus forced to flash away his Biscuit Hat, flashing in to try to get the Zenith Blade. Not gonna land. Wheels on the Bus staying safe from Labyrinth 1898's gank. He's still there, but he was caught on a ward, so they do know he's there. They're gonna play way back under tower. LDD losing time on their jungler, and now he's gonna go straight for that Scuttle Crab. Does he have smite? He does not have smite to secure this. Hirmar is waiting in the wings. UTD has a chance to collapse on this. Here he comes. Hirmar gonna just force him off by his presence alone. Who's gonna get this crab?
Ooh, nice steal
gets
by
the crab
Hirmar.
and gets the level 6 from it. Let me see them beekeeper hives.
Nice steal by Hirmar.
Yeah, good pressure. Knowing Labyrinth 1898 was on the bottom half of the map with that Scuttle Crab spawning, Hirmar sets up just in time to steal it. Without this is Lugo mid lane to force any pressure. So the beehives come out, and now Labyrinth 1898 in a pretty even wave pushing matchup versus his Lugo due to his ultimate. The good old noxious trap mushrooms. What the hell? Alright. So yeah, Hirmar doing a pretty good job into this Malzahar early with the lane pressure versus pushing.
He's got a slight CS lead. He's also picking up some pressure. He's using that ultimate, dropping those shrooms very smartly to just get some nice wave clear going. And again, we see Maya with just... Oh, we've got action in the bot lane.
Bot lane here now as he go in, and Leona gonna pick up first blood here. Dropping the Ignite onto Wheels on the Bus as they go hard. Labyrinth 1898 there. And he is actually 2 levels down now on Maya, though Maya just hard farming, barely ever ganking, and he is pinging straight into that top side. Gonna take some camps on respawn from Labyrinth 1898 as we go back to the first buff spawning up.
As I was going to say before that bot lane action broke out, we're at Maya again with just a massive jungle lead.
But now Rafal's found out Maya here in the jungle on that Gromp here as Rafal trying to do what he can to keep Maya away from him. Maya eventually going to back out. Rafal going to pick himself up the Gromp as Labyrinth barely winning the duel against a red buff here. The good old red Brambleback trying to take his due and get that.
That red is really giving him a workout this match so far.
All right, I need to spectate this Labyrinth versus Raptor.
The Raptor. No, run away from the Raptor.
Crazy
Labby.
chickens.
What is? It's like a Legend of Zelda game in here.
The good old killer chickens trying to take what they can, and Alrighty. So now here we go again. What can we do? 600 gold lead in favor of Labby again. But now Uncle Jemima.
Oh, Lord Dylan, you getting tired? What's going on over there, bud?
I'm just drunk. I mean, it is late. I do work in the mornings.
That's true. I forgot you're on East time zone.
Hey, get out of here with your mountain time, you monkey.
Where's Zorpox when you need him to clarify the time zone?
No, we are actually in EST now that the daylight savings time is gone.
So we got a pretty much a stalemate in top lane. We're looking at Rafal with a somewhat decent sized CS lead. A nice CS lead in a few lanes for LDD, except for that. Again, we're looking at that big jungle lead from out of Maye, just power farming on that Graves. Graves coming into mid.
Doing a pretty good job here as now this is Lugo's on the run, but Labyrinth is there. He goes going straight out of Hirmar. Hirmar is suppressed by the Malzahar. Is now Maye is locked in, but can he get the damage back? He takes down.
He gets the
Labyrinth.
return kill.
In return, look at old Nether Grasp though, locking down the Teemo and forcing the kill out early as Maye taking a kill in return. I mean, kill onto both junglers there, but Maye is still alive to return to farming his own jungle, and Labyrinth 1898 is not so. This is going to be a huge advantage in the favor of the jungle for UTD over top of LDD, even though LDD is now sitting at a 1k gold lead. They must have been
LDD picking up the kill in bot lane, getting the pressure down on bot.
Oh, they did grab the Zillion kill.
Not getting a whole lot out of it outside of maybe a little bit of an extended farm lead, but it doesn't look like they're going to be grabbing any plates or anything off of that soon.
Yeah,
Zillion already back in.
Ultramire pressured really low, forced to pop that sadism ultimate as now he's going hard into Rafal. Maye is there, Rafal is in trouble, he's slowed up, he's forced to flash away, Maye flashes after him, and the kill is picked up by Uncle Jemima with this flash, 2 flashes for 1, but the kill going over to the big ol' Mundo.
They're going to be able to push.
Pleases.
They're going to be able to push that if they want it, but it looks like they're
going to take the dragon instead here for Labadabadoo. Going to get the Cloud Drake, the most important Drake in the game. Is now Hirmar is going to get jumped on by Biscuit at the Zenith. The Flash Zenith Blade hits, but Hirmar is on the way. His blinding dart actually stops the Shield of Daybreak stun from going through.
UTD, rather than pushing top and getting plates, prioritizing that Rift Herald.
Yeah,
looking for that first turret priority.
Yeah, the Rift Herald going to get the huge pushing power now. Especially against this Malzahar, they're going to need that. The Malzahar with it just hitting level 9 now. He is just in full brain dead push mode, 2-button pushes. As now Hirmar poked out pretty low. If this is Lugo had the ability to Nether Grasp, he could have taken a kill off of this Teemo, but he was not quite in range. But he does get 2 plates in the end total from the extended play.
Solo kill up top, Rafal on Uncle Jemima. Uncle Jemima just staying a little bit later than his welcome in the top lane. He needs to reset a little bit earlier.
Yeah, getting punished up, but now he is sitting on that adaptive helm, which is massive against a Rumble. A Rumble is all complete damage over time from his Q and extended repeat damage from the good old Electro Harpoon there with the slows. So just this Flame Spitter Electro Harpoon damage going to be negated a little bit as they get 2 plates off of this so far, but Uncle Jemima teleporting in. He's going to force them back, and he's going to pick up this sets of waves. So, but he's gonna
try. He's gonna try to pick some of them up.
Well, we will see Rafal here with the teleport advantage coming up here in about 20 to 30 seconds here. He's gonna have that teleport ready, and hopefully we'll see a big play across the map. But Maye sitting top lane, just trying to punish Rafal and stop him from getting any bit ahead here.
So once again, we see LDD coming out with a little bit of a gold lead just from their general farming and picking up early kills. We get a kill in the mid. Are we going to see the same thing happen in game 2, though? Is UTD going to turn it around late game with objectives?
Uncle Jemima going hard into Rafal. He's going to chase him down, get him pretty low under tower as Rafal does get away. Uncle Jemima missing the final infected cleaver, not going to get that slow. Wheels on a bus. poked out low in the down bot lane. Meanwhile, and turret plating will disappear in about 20 seconds here. We'll see who can get any more of these plates. I mean,
Rafal just popping the ultimate just to get the wave clear going. Try to deny any plates to this Dr. Mundo.
Yeah, it looks like he may look to TP back in and burn that TP.
He's gonna walk it up.
Uncle's Rhyme also resetting.
Oh,
No, he decides against it. He sees the teleport not coming through, so he's just gonna go clear one more wave before he resets. So UTD not picking up a single tower plating here, and we have word that 9 were picked up in total for LDD. So that all that gold advantage now. Maye coming in, he is stunned up by Biscuit Head. Is out teleport from Rafal, comes in bot lane, wheels on the bus, gonna get taken down by the Caitlyn Ace hole. Is Caitlyn taken down low? He does go down to the poison from Hirmar, but Hirmar going down in return to the good old Piltover Peacemaker.
Huge teleport save.
And mid lane tower also going down for this. Is so big power play here for LDD. They're going to take a big advantage off of all this.
We just wondered a second ago. We say, why is Rafal not teleporting back top? He has teleport advantage. Use it. Save that farm. He saves the teleport. He finds it bot. They get a double kill onto the Caitlyn. Huge.
This is Lugo flashing in on a Maye. Going to get all the damage off. Here comes another guy. He's jumped in by Labyrinth 1898. And now here comes Uncle Jemima. Now the
Flash is coming out.
Also hit by Wheels on the Bus. Flash coming in here. Uncle Jemima's gonna go down in the end as they're taking low. Hirmar in a little deep. Gonna get some damage off back in the return on the Maye. As now Wall of Sound 10 shows up, but now Labyrinth going hard onto Hirmar. Silenced up, and Labyrinth is gonna get away from that. But here you go, Bob here now as Wall of Sound 10.
And we're looking at a 5.5K gold lead at 15 minutes. The plates, the kills, the farm, they are stacking up. They are playing towards their win condition. They know if they get a big enough gold lead that maybe even a couple of objective steals can't stop them.
Yeah, LDD gonna take some massive advantage out of this. Big plates across the map. Their bot lane tower is getting pretty low here too. So now they're going in. Wall of Sound gonna get stunned up. The Leon ultimate and the ignite from Hirmar takes down JJ Bell. As now 4 members of UTD, 5 members of UTD here against the 4 of LDD. Do we see an engage? Labyrinth with an incredibly early Guardian Angel second item after his jungle item that he actually built with no boost. And he's just gonna get slowed up, and there goes the Guardian Angel. Huge damage coming across. Double bomb on top of his dead body. He gets stunned up, immediately taken down. Bow Wall of Sound 10 goes down to Rafal. As now Rafal is in hard. He gets a double kill thanks to the Equalizer Flame Spitter damage, and Maye is forced to run away. Hirmar on the chase, going for Labyrinth. 1898 flashes in. He's going to try to take it. Uncle Jemima going hard for This Is Lugo as Rafal tries desperately to peel him off. This is Lugo going down. Uncle Jemima is ignited up, and he's going to keep going down. But no, he stays up, and down goes Rafal. What a crazy turn of events. The Ace of the Hole coming out barely survives Uncle Jemima, does he, by 70 health bar left. As now he's going to go straight to Dragon with Maye there on this Infernal Drake.
Huge equalizer out of Rafal, but it's just not enough. E5, just a little bit too overpowering.
On this, JJ Bell is trying to contest this Infernal Drake as he does force him off it. Drake is low, Maye is low, Maye gets to level up, but JJ Bell took too much dragon damage. Maye's he steals it! The headshot auto attack steals it at 490 health, and This Is Lugo teleports in. He's trying to take a kill. Wall of Sound is silenced up. He gets Nethergrass, and that is a free kill for This Is Lugo. But now the age transfers over.
Leona ult.
Uncle Jemima, the huge Leona ult coming out. Leona trains his life, but 2 kills for his as he ignites Uncle Jemima, and now This Is Lugo's on the run. Wheels on the Bus trying to get himself a kill. He is forced out. They back out low health.
What an insane transpiring of events. We just get out of a game where we mock at the steals of Maye, and then we see a beautiful steal from JJ Bell. The headshot coming in, stealing from Maye.
Yeah, the smite not back available from Maye yet. Just a big play overall, despite his huge advantage over his opponent. And then 2 towers Actually, is that 3 towers destroyed for LDD, taking down the bottom, top, outer, and the middle inner. They are just opening up the map and opening up this gold lead.
The lead is 6.5, almost 7.
And with the better team fight from what we can see, this huge gold lead is just should be able to roll this into their advantage right now. UTD has to do whatever they can to find picks, as now Biscuit Hat is very deep trying to get vision here. Mar gonna do what he can to put some damage down, but he is lacking in damage because he paid the Malzahar tax early, as you should.
Indeed he did. There it is. He's the only one on his team that has done so.
Yeah, so he will be the only one not able to be Nethergrass, holding that QSS in his inventory. And here we go. LDD grouping up mid lane. We are going to see 5 members headed there versus 5 of UTD. Again, Maye with the consistent advantage over his opponent jungler in farm and levels, but not kills. So he's still up as he finds out Rafal, puts a little bit of damage in and just backs out there.
I think we're looking at such a similar setup to last game, but I think we're seeing LDD realizing the mistakes they made last game, being a little bit too lenient on certain objectives, and they're really stepping in and working as a group to secure things, like that blue buff that they just stole away from UTD.
And again, we see this is Lugo hard pushing mid, while 5 members of UTD are bot trying to contest against the 4 members of LDD, and now they realize that we see the defend mid lane, please, pings coming down. But LDD gotta push in hard against this recalls and stop 3 recalls here, as Maye does get his back off, and this is Lugo headed top lane, rotating around the map to try to get that push, even though he does not have his own teleport available. Rafal, though, with his teleport. So probably putting the wrong person in the 1 as the 1-4, but
a little confusing on the rotation here, but they're getting a collapse down on.
Yeah, overextending. He's just gonna get locked down, flashing away to try to survive. What can he do
just
here?
Delaying.
Where can he go though? There comes.
Just delaying the inevitable.
Out comes the solar flare, gonna lock him down, and they get the kill. Now Rafal trying to reset and get his gold spent up, sitting on about 1,000 gold in his inventory. Spends it all, finishes his items, and now we are gonna see Maye getting jumped on. Biscuit Hat not gonna be able to find his Zenith Blade there, as he doesn't even try it. Now we see 4 members back in the 4-1 here. Mar here to answer. This is Lugo in the top lane, and only 3 members alive here to answer this 4 push in the bot lane. LDD gonna try to pick up this inner turret bot lane. Maybe we'll see what can happen up in the top lane. This is Lugo does have a 2-level advantage and a significant gold advantage on his bonus. He does drop the Nethergrass. There's the Quicksilver Sash. Gonna get him straight out of there.
Even with the QSS, look at that damage he takes. Insane.
I read the 1898 gonna find a good chunk of poke damage here from the Wall of Sound. Double time bomb there, plus the Maye poke.
JJ Bell, by the way, just dropping that ultimate down, trying to get the damage numbers up. He wants to win the MVP vote this game. We all know if you're playing as Caitlyn, the best way to get the highest damage numbers is just ult as often as possible.
Hey, I mean MVP goes to whoever steals most objectives, apparently.
We're setting a new trend for this split.
A little bit forward. Okay, so we're gonna see 4v5 here. Is now LDD gonna set up around this dragon? They want this Ocean Drake.
Hirmar coming down. He's joining his team. We might be looking at a strong 5v5. The Guardian Angel back up on Labby.
Yeah, so the 5v5 fight is gonna go heavily in favor of LDD right now, as Labby pushing off now. This is Lugo gonna hard shove mid lane. Maye gonna be the one to answer. And it's just kind of a 4v4 dragon dance right now, as now this is Lugo rotating around. They're gonna see 5-man advantage here for Labby, and they are just gonna take priority on the dragon. Yeah, UTD may try to take a late contest, but
nope.
It just goes straight over to LDD.
4 manning that Ocean Drake. That Ocean Drake doesn't have enough to stand up.
Yeah. Now Now we're gonna see a little bit of damage. Here comes another grass on the wall. Sound 10
Ooh,
Eagles.
that equalizer.
Equalizer coming out. The damage just too much here. Is now Ugul Jemima is also gonna go down. Here Mar now on the run. Force the flash over the wall. Ice in the hole. Rafal flashes after. Rafal gonna pick up Wheels on the bus with the snipe from the Electro Harpoon, but he does go down to Maya in the end. Mar with the good old thumbs up. JJ Bell walks into a mushroom. He's gonna die. That burn damage should come close to him.
No.
He's gonna live. But LDD having priority on this mid lane.
Meanwhile, in mid, we are seeing a strong push. That Guardian Angel still up. This should be inhibitor if they focus it down.
Yep, there they go. They take the inhibitor. Mai going in hard. He's going to try to do what he can, but he's just going to get turned on. He's forced to flash away. Still goes down anyway. Labyrinth 1898 picking up the revenge kill for last game, saying, you took the game from me, I'll take your life from you. And they are just going to bop on out of there.
And same story, same story, different chapter. We're just moving a little bit faster. Game. Here we are at about 24 minutes. LDD breaking down the base, setting up for the next objectives.
And they're trying to chase down Labyrinth 1898 as he does get out of there, but now they have their sights set on the Leona as Biscuit Hat takes the blast cone over. Good old mobility boots popping in. But what can UTD do? Are they just gonna YOLO Dragon this? They are Baron this? They might YOLO Baron this. Nope, they do.
I don't think they do. No, I think they reset.
Look for a steal maybe later, as Maya is still the level smite advantage. But this is Lugo gonna just continue to try to split the map apart as much as he can with the pushing power of Malzahar. So now he loses Lugo, dropping the nether grasp and damage on Ugul Jemima, but Ugul Jemima is just gonna keep going. He's just gonna be Mundo. Mundo does whatever the hell he wants, but I guess Mundo running away is what he wants to do right now.
An interesting 1v1.
He is still just as much health as he started this fight with, though, as he didn't pop sadism. Now Hirmar is here. This is Lugo gonna be backing out now as the Baron probably gonna be started up by LDD. Yes, they do. They do start the Baron, even though they are spotted out by on the edge, and LDD gonna back out. They took a lot of damage. Here comes the Equalizer in the jungle. Gonna put down huge damage. Massive stun by Wallace Sound with the double time bomb, but here comes a chase out. Ace and Hulk coming in. Mai going straight down to LDD. And here comes a chrono shift onto Wallace Sound as Wheels on the bus jumped on. Wallace Sound 10 also going down, and now two members of UTD here remaining. Uno Truco Demonicos. Gonna be Uno forced it out of this.
Gonna be an easy Baron for them. I don't see Ugul Jemima or Hirmar doing anything this here.
Yeah, they're just gonna shut
especially with this is Lugo pushing in their bot lane.
Yeah, this might available for Labyrinth. This should be a free secure. Can Ugul Jemima be the hero though?
We say that.
He's trying, but Biscuit Hat and JJ Bell playing zone control here.
He flashes in on some sort of
it, but JJ Bell secures it with the headshot auto again after a miss smite from Labyrinth 1898.
What is happening these two games? Can we get some secure junglers over here?
Hey, smite secure!
Hey! Don't worry, I've been there too, boys. I've had my mishaps, don't worry.
It was close, but now we see the teleport for a fall coming out bot lane. They're going to try to save this wave and push in bot. They do have the man advantage while Ugul Jemima is down, and then they don't even push with that wave. They're just going to wait on the next one. As now, this is Lugo doing his thing again in the top side of the map, just splitting it open with his
split Malzahar. Not what we expected out of Champ Select, but effective.
I mean, it's kind of what I expect out of this is Lugo after last game, splitting down bot inhibitor on LeBlanc of all champions.
On the LeBlanc, yeah, on the LeBlanc. And UTD just does not seem to want to have the appropriate response for it.
Yeah, this is Lugo dropping the nether grass up top onto the Mundo. Ugul Jemima taking it incredibly low, forced about the sadism to just kind of stay alive at all. And now this is a huge member advantage as Maya shows up top. They're going to go in a huge bomb stun from Wallace Sound, but he goes down to the ace in the hole from JJ Bell. and now LDD just gonna get this free bottom inhibitor and tower. This Eagle-Eyes are coming out, locking out wheels on the bus, and Hirmar does go down to JJ Bell, and Labyrinth gonna take down wheels on the bus with the Smitus. Now Maya is here to try to do whatever he can, but that's really not a whole lot at this point. He is one.
Uncle Jemima is so low. I think you look in.
And now UTD being triple inhibbed. LDD gonna look to close this game out. This is probably gonna be game here as, yep, there comes another grass. What a cooldown there. 45-second cooldown popping off onto Maya, and the game goes over to LDD. 1-1 in the series, and this is how it goes. GG.
And you look at LDD this game, and it's a carbon copy of what they did game 1, but I think in game 2 they 100% knew. They said to each other, we cannot let Maya beat us. We cannot let this game get so late that he comes in, he steals Elder Drake, he steals Baron, and we get death timers that are so long that he comes back and he single-handedly ruins the game for us. So they took care of business early on. They did what they needed to do. Their draft was better, and they acted upon it.
Yeah, and I mean, just a well-played overall from Labby Debbie Do. Just everybody doing their role exactly as they need to, knowing when to go in as a team and when to just back out. And, I mean, it's just a clean victory from start to finish.
Oh, yeah. No, like you said, everyone was on point that game. I think moving forward, this team, they should feel very confident. They all know they know their engages. Hopefully they know their draft. They know where their strengths lie. I really like that draft out of them game 2, and I just really like what they put together in game 2. Yeah. And they could have taken both games, but I think game 1 was just a little bit unfocused towards the mid to late game, and just getting a little bit lazy on objectives.
I mean, incredibly lazy on objectives. Even game 2, missing a couple smites, but JJ Bell securing that. But I mean, who even picks up the MVP here from Labby Dabby Do? I mean, it was just such a good team play all around.
It's tough. For me, I don't know. I look at, there were so many consistent plays. Rafal with a couple of nice kills. JJ Bell with the secures, and just with some nice damage output. I mean, even this is Lugo in the just some really well-timed ults, some really well-timed splitting when we thought, that's not really what he should be doing, but,
Yeah, I mean, I know personally that the man behind the mask, the man making all those calls, who knows what's happening for the team, this is Lugo. And just when it comes down to team play, your shot caller is the one who has to take a good chunk of that credit. Knowing where to be, who needs to be where, when to engage, when to run, what objectives to take. This is Lugo definitely putting up a showing here, and I guarantee he is that main shot caller just because I know him as a person in this game through our play. But, I mean, from our perspective, we can't always know that kind of stuff, and I got to give my MVP vote here from that note to JJ Bell. Just playing the Caitlyn, actually somehow stealing that dragon away. I mean, come on, the guy's
that dragon steal, and that's a huge dragon. That
was the Infernal Dragon.
That was an Infernal. Yeah, that was an Infernal. So that's
coming away with
a huge steal.
Having some good damage out the back line, doing what an AD carry needs to do to not die, picking up a couple good clutch kills from that ace in the hole, getting himself ahead, and just hard bullying that bot lane and doing absolutely everything he needs to do to not lose that game. So, yeah, JJ Bell gets my vote just from the fact of, from watching that game, we don't know who is in charge, but I mean, personally, I know this is Lugo's, the man, the brain behind the operation there.
So. For me, I'll give it to this is Lugo. I mean, I like the positioning. I like the ults. I like the decision making. I like that he's 3 levels up on Hirmar. And he's 70 CS up on Hiramar. I mean, he built himself an early lead, and he rolled with it. And they kind of moved everything around that, and that's such an easy thing, and it's an easy thing to overlook when you get a big win to say, well, we kind of moved everything around this big lead in the mid lane. So I'm gonna give it to This Is Lugo. I thought he had a really, really strong game there.
All right, so we'll give it a little bit more. Cast your votes here for the MVP of Game 2. After our Game 1 MVP was Maye with 2 clutch steals on the Elder Drake and the Baron to turn it for UTD to take this series 1-1. Good old tie in the preseason. Very close match in the first round. Holy moly. Second game, a little bit more heavily favored towards LDD all the way through, but exciting games nonetheless here. And people are complaining about preseason being taken seriously or not. Hey, you guys...
I don't know if it's people or if it's just Adam, but...
No, it's everybody. It's multiple people. But, hey, screw you. This is PMA LCS. We do whatever the hell we want. I don't even take regular season seriously, so we can do this. We can have some fun. Alright, heading over to player of the game. We're going to get some Maye in, and it looks like right now JJ Bell being that MVP uncontested here. Game 2, I think we'll call that a close. So get on in here, JJ Bell and Maye.
I'm here.
Your captain, Labyrinth 1898, is also welcome to join in, since Maye is his own captain, somehow. Who voted
How does that
captain?
work?
My own
Oh
captain.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
sure.
Who voted that guy as a captain?
Yeah. Picking a troll team comp, apparently, right? Yeah.
Hey, Hiramar can only play
Hey,
3 champions.
listen.
Emo's one of them.
You're talking to 2 of his teammates from last split, so we're right there. We know your pain. It's okay. Dylan, we love you. We love you, buddy, wherever you're at, crying in whichever corner of your room.
Learn to play a new fucking champion.
Yeah, let's get JJ Bell in here. Let's get some questions going.
Where are we? JJ Bell.
There we go.
Hey, sorry about that. We were having a chat.
Hello. Deep analysis on the game too, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's. Thanks, Dylan. Let's not waste any time. Let's talk about the best part of these 2 games. Maye, talk us through those 2 steals in game 1.
Well, I don't know. I pressed the button at the right time. There's not much else to say. It's just going into the pit at the right time.
Was it just one button or was it a couple of buttons? Let's be honest here.
I think I EQ'd in there as well, and there's furious right clicking as you play League of Legends, you know. So
there you have it. How to steal buffs 101.
right
Press all the buttons.
Yeah, don't forget to right
makes
click in
so
between.
much sense. Yeah.
It's important.
yeah. I'm surprised I didn't die before the Baron went down.
I was trying. We
Second
believe me. We were calling that out.
That was
Well, that's what we thought. So the comms were to stop DPS and kill the J4
yeah.
on the Baron call. Okay.
That was definitely the call.
Yeah, the Elder one, I was like, all right, that's a pretty reasonable steal. But then the Baron one, I was really surprised about. I was like, I'm probably gonna die before I get the smite off. But then it still happened. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, 2.5k health left in. You go in and they stop damaging it to just try to kill you. It's pretty
Jarvan auto attack
miracle.
damage too high.
There you go. That's the next nerf. So
Yeah. But it was surprising because that really allowed us to win the game with that final push. If we didn't have Baron there, we would not have been able to push the wave down in time. So
If they had Baron, they push you in and they take that Nexus towers down with that wave they had when they lost the fight.
yeah.
Made the adjustments though, I think. So
Yeah, Labby, tell us a little bit about the draft going into game 2. and what the mindset was to turn around the kind of what I'm sure the little bit of disappointment was in losing that game one.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think we felt we still had a pretty strong draft, evidenced by the fact that we drafted the same or banned the same 3 champions, and then we knew that Jarvan was like a big contested pick. I'd looked at the games that he had practiced with his team. He was playing a lot of Jarvan. I've been playing a lot of Jarvan, and we kind of figured going into the draft that was whoever was going to get first pick was going to take Jarvan. And I just think he's generally a really, really strong pick. And I think you saw evidence in both games by how effective he was. Jarvan himself is also a big part of those 2 steals. The fact that the EQ really lets him get that extra mobility in there.
Yeah.
I don't think Graves would have been able to make those steals that Jarvan did in that game, as well as the fact that game 2 we made the adjustment to actually, hey, we're not going to do this Baron if he's not alive, because I can't 50-50 against him clearly. So that's how it goes.
Well, I mean, it definitely showed. I mean,
yeah.
Guys, you had a massive amount more security on objectives, and you much more in sync as a team, and it obviously showed. You picked up that win there, so good job.
Thanks.
So, question from the chat here for Maye. The beginning of game 2, did you expect Lugo would go for that deep ward again and set up in that bush to counteract that invade based on his warding pattern from game 1?
That would have been pretty good, but honestly, our BMO was just fucking screaming at us to invade, so then we decided to go with that, and then we just did the most obvious invade route and ran into a Lugo, so that was pretty nice. But yeah, we'll say it was calculated.
All right, perfect. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
And then, real question here from your caster here, Maye. How much whining and bitching did your mid laner do game 1, having to face that LeBlanc?
It was.
Oh, that was
it
rough.
was an incredible amount. I was impressed. Yeah, Dylan really does not like that champion. Yeah.
He really doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, do we ever know? Do we ever know from Long Anime Schlongs?
Yeah, so we didn't want that to happen again. Game 2. I was that poor man. Yeah.
Then they left the Rumble up, and you got the Rumble. That was fun.
Well, we gave you Rumble Jarvan, which we knew was gonna happen. We were like, you know what, this is fine. We can.
This is fine. As
this is fine. Well, let's see if we can still be competitive. Yeah, let's see if we can still be competitive against Rumble Jarvan, which the answer is no. But
hey, preseason, maybe preseason.
No. Preseason.
Yeah.
Answering that question now than later, right? So.
All right.
I think we got time for one more question. Looks like
nothing from the chat, really.
Nothing from chat.
If you have anything, Neil? I do not.
Well, I have a question. Yeah, I have a question actually. I'm sorry, Biscuit Hat. I'm gonna override your question. I just wanna hear really quickly, 10-15 seconds. Captains, what are you looking for out of this preseason that you can improve upon in moving into the regular season? Maye, go first.
Probably picking more cohesive comps. Game 2, we ended up picking like 3 losing lanes, and yeah, we wanted to try out the team and everything, but it was picking 3 losing lanes is just never a good idea. So making sure we're not intentionally stepping into traps like that. So.
Awesome. Laddie?
I mean, I'd say just focusing on like our synergy for sure. Like we have all been pretty busy, and it's been hard to like practice all together. So sometimes we get a lot of cluttered communication about what we want to do. So I'd say improving, making sure our synergy and communication is on point.
Awesome. And then we do have one question from chat. Biscuit Hat wants to ask JJ, which game do you think you played better in and why?
JJ.
Hello? JJ Bell?
So
hello?
JJ tuned out.
More like JJ Bell.
Hey, I'm sorry, my mic was boosted. I definitely felt I played better game 1. There was a lot of damage and positioning that had to be done to deal with everything that was going on. But it's really easy just to last hit with Kate. And yeah, it was really easy with Joe because Joe's an amazing support and good calls by the team.
All right, throwing a little love to his support like a good AD.
Well,
Like
there
to
you
hear it.
have it. He's better on Simmer, but he's a little bitch. So.
Hey man,
Oh, man.
I miss you, buddy.
I miss you too, man.
Aw,
Stop fraternizing with the enemy,
Nice.
Josh.
nice closeout with a heartfelt moment there. All right, well, that's gonna wrap up our evening. Congratulations to both splitting the 1-1, the 2-game series. I've been Neil the Steel, although Maya the Steel, kind of stealing game 1 there. But Dylan, you got anything to say as we sign off?
Nope. I am Rip Lolly Hentai, and I am tired and drunk as fuck.
I've been Jirachi running all the cameras and shit. Good night, y'all.